completely dog shit, and they love their anti-Semitic tropes. I also like how this is really picking up the pops on opening a bottle.
Such cancer.
Yeah. Brandon sure is useless.
Fucking Brandon.
Fucking Brandon, 3 for 3.
Well, that's what they put him there to be.
I don't think they expected him to be this fucking useless, though. Like, I think
No,
little
they
bit dumb.
didn't. That was the trade-off.
That's like the joke in it all. Like,
Yeah. Like that King Midas shit.
everything he touches turns to complete shit.
Turns to just pure gold.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know what you're
everything he
complaining
touches,
about.
Nothing happens to anything he touches.
Like a neutral King Midas over here.
What happened? Nothing. I don't know.
more like King My Ass. More like King My Ass, am I right, folks? King My Ass.
How did he stop that nuclear reaction? He just touched it. Now nothing's happening.
King My Ass.
You know how you know you're live?
How do I know I'm live?
Because the ass jokes start just coming in.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Something dad. Yeah.
Oh god, no.
It's got a pulse. Beep.
Well, Jenk, you're right. We are live. This is the Sons of Trier live stream and podcast. I'm your host with the least, the Jewish feast, the second son of Trier, the man with 0 pubic hair, the man who waves it like you just don't care, Dan Cohen. And I am joined by my round table of smart good boys, who are good and smart and nice, because they're good, smart, nice boys. I'm joined by Jenk Engels, Michael Jordan Peterson, and Larry Posado.
Yay.
Every week I like to fuck with them and introduce them slightly differently so they never actually know what's going on. I have yet again been successful in my quest to fuck with them.
It's just because I recognized the truth. I saw the lines of code falling down on the screen. Green everywhere.
All right, you're going for a Matrix riff. What are we doing here?
I don't know. That's the totality of it.
All I know
I took a pill at the start of all of this, and I'm just describing what I see as I go.
Ah.
I want the tape that says "badass motherfucker" on it. Upload that to me.
Okay, you got it.
You can do it. Just upload it right into my brain.
Whatever you want.
You are now a badass motherfucker.
I can't upload it. It's already been uploaded into your brain, you badass motherfucker.
Oh, you've already mastered it. He's too powerful.
He's too powerful. Look at
it's now doubled. It's exponentially growing.
Look at his penis.
No.
It's huge. It's thick. A little veiny.
It's crypto gray goo.
All right, but enough about wieners. It's time to talk about women's vaginas and men's uteruses, which is...
Black boxes?
You know, when I was a kid, that was not a thing you would think you would ever say, and yet...
Here we are.
All along. Here we are.
So, wow, this really is the future.
Right? We just landed right in it. I don't know. It's more inclusive. That part's better. You know what's worse? The Republican Party.
Oh boy.
Somehow.
Yeah. Woohoo! I think we all know where this is going.
I mean, worse or worse? Because I don't know. It's hard to be worse than both.
Well, we think that year over year, and yet somehow,
it's like
here we are.
They give them a run for their money for sure.
Yeah, let's face it.
This is one of those moments when they're giving them a run for their money.
Let's face it. It is worse than ever.
It is somehow.
Ooh, buddy, that's 2020s, 2010s. You know what? Just all of American history.
Did you think it was gonna get better? You fucked up.
Yep, you thought wrong.
By the way,
how about tapioca pudding mode?
Yeah. Reba Sato is the newest man on the crew, if you will.
Eh?
I'm going to teach you a trick. Rule number 1, get aggressive in your speech. You hear somebody else talking, immediately prepare to say what you're going to say unless you're ready to dunk on them, and just get aggro with it. Don't.
Yeah. When you dunk on them, you gotta let them build the case first, and then you gotta let it
All right,
marinate
all
until
right.
a moment when it really messes them up.
All right.
You gotta wait for the stagger, you know.
Because I'm gonna ask the big question.
Yeah, go ahead and throw them out there.
I'm gonna throw them out because the big question on my mind is how bad is it, man? How bad is this?
How bad is it? Well, we currently have a world-eating machine on the rampage.
Oh, hold on, man. Just
Our
hold on,
rankings
hold on,
go
hold on.
from classic cartoonish supervillains to airline food. Go.
What,
I'll
which
take
one's the
cartoon
worst?
villains and airline food.
You never fail to impress.
Here's your goddamn Toblerone, your goddamn biscotti.
Yeah, this is
Fuck out
fucking
my,
U.S.
fuck out my
politics, man.
plane.
Your Count Chocula.
Do they
U.S.
have better
politics,
planes
man. It
in
never
Mexico?
ceases to amaze me. It's every year is just like a downward slope.
Yeah.
Do they have better planes in Mexico? Airplane rides? I don't know.
Oh no, man.
No, much worse.
No.
It does.
What about France?
Oh, man.
Ryanair is not that good.
Okay, well, what about Sweden?
Right?
I mean,
The
We can
shittier
try,
bus,
bud.
the shittier planes in Mexico. It used to be the joke. It was called
LOL,
Viva
the
Aerobus. Man, those fucking suck, bro.
LOL, the planes in Afghanistan. The one
Oh,
they just
yeah.
left behind.
surprisingly the best. The highest quality.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to find some experts for this shit. They left us a whole jet. I sound like that hip hop song where they're like, he stepped out this morning and found 5 bricks.
There's a hip hop song about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like,
Is this a-
5 bricks, 5 bricks. I
Is this a
stepped out the
common
house and
experience?
found 5 bricks.
Alright, so like clearly he made a song about this, right? So it couldn't have been
Yeah.
that strange an experience
It-
that
no,
it
it's
was
still-
totally
it's still
beyond the
that-
realm of possibility.
I mean, who leaves that shit laying out?
I guess.
My mom.
That would be an experience, right? All right, yeah, your drug kingpin white lady mom, gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know.
The Jews and
I
their
don't-
bricks.
I don't want to get into my parents right now. You know what I do want to get into? How about that
Abortion?
Supreme Court? Yeah, I want to slide right into an abortion. How about that
Oh
shit,
boy,
boys?
that was
Ugh.
a wonderful display of evil masked as ignorance.
Listen.
Yeah. I'm listening. Let's go. Let's do it. Worst takes. Go.
No, that's
Yeah.
oh, worst takes.
Oof.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm thinking that they didn't go far enough. I really wanted to hear Ailito's take on banning interracial marriages in addition to it. I thought he could sandwich them together.
Good news. That's coming.
Oh, good.
We're getting there.
So they literally uncapped child marriage,
Oh,
and then
The fuck?
did the abortion.
hold on. Actually, let's talk on that for a second. It's going to be amazing when there's a 5-4 fucking ruling with Clarence Thomas in the affirmative, throwing down his own marriage. So fucking hard. When he's like,
The fuck?
when they put Clarence Thomas as the face of miscegenation, and he's like, these things, this is the work of the devil. It should have never been legal. The court ruling on this is all wrong. The technicalities here. The legal precedent does not exist to allow me to be married to my ugly wife. I assume that's how he talks. I don't know. I don't care. Who gives a shit? Fuck him. He's a
Yeah, you can assume all U.S. politicians are some form of cartoon villain at this point.
some southern fucking roly-poly rolling around there. I say. Yeah. Also, let's jump to Michael Jordan Peterson's hot take on that. Yeah, it's pretty weird that they fucking legalized child brides and then we're like, and no abortions.
we go need extra children.
Man. In fact, I think Tennessee is one of the states where it's a double whammy, isn't it?
It is. It is. Just wham, bam to the face. On top of being Tennessee.
How's it feel to be a worse version of every other state, Tennessee, you long bastard?
What you got? Country music?
Holy
I don't know.
Shit. Wait, no,
hot sauce?
Dude, they're gonna triple hit it because they're gonna outlaw gay marriage, legalize child brides, and then ban abortion in like 1 week. It's gonna be the craziest fucking.
Oh, and they were trying to pull incest laws, weren't they too?
I think they wanted it to the first cousin.
Yeah, they were trying some shit. I remember seeing some shit where they were trying that. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, now you don't gotta worry about your touchy uncle, just your touchy cousin.
Just a little quick blip of the radar, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. Did it come out of your dad's brother's balls? It's fair game.
So, so to answer my question,
the worst
really
takes
bad,
are the ones.
Yeah.
The worst takes are the ones that like are just like straight super libs, and they're looking for some way to justify things for Biden and shit, and you're like, and everybody's just like angry.
Spoiler alert! They've already begun to blame the progressives.
Thank God. I was wondering when we would get those fucking guys' asses.
For them not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. How is it my fault you didn't do anything? You can blame me if you do something you don't want to do, but you didn't do nothing.
But you didn't do anything. Haha. Yeah.
Didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah. They're already being like, well, this is clearly the progressives' fault. Nancy Pelosi's bitch of a daughter. I said it. The Hitlers are coming hot and strong tonight. So if you are a fucking lib, oh boy, strap your dick in. This is going to get real fucking bad for you. Nancy Pelosi's bitch of a daughter is already running around California talking about how this is clearly the fault of the fucking progressives. Never mind that the Progressive Caucus is basically 8 fucking losers. Also said that Cenk Uygur was going fucking nuts, and you know what? He was right. Those people are fucking losers.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. They're over here endorsing Chantel Brown like that. At this point, their main name means nothing.
Oh yeah, they fucking left Nina Turner out to dry. That's all that shit is entirely correct. They completely hung her out to fucking dry.
And I know exactly what that is. They thought she was gonna lose anyway, and was like, "Nah, let's not support her then." And I want to support a loser.
Yeah, comically enough, I don't want to support a loser, so I'm gonna back Joe fucking Biden.
I don't want to support a loser, so I'm gonna lose.
Known winner.
Yeah.
Your options are losing with a leader and losing without one.
Yeah. Known winner Joe Biden.
I feel like we won. Don't you feel like we won?
No.
At what cost?
Yeah, we did not win in any sense of the word fucking winning. But you know what we did get? Blamed for it. Yet again, these bitches cannot keep our fucking names out their mouths.
It's your fault I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, it's your fault. You didn't push me hard enough.
This failure's on you. I've been sitting here idling, doing nothing. It's your fault.
Mike, I don't even know when I am. You were supposed to tell me. How am I supposed to protect you if you don't tell me when I exist in space-time?
And it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't like a fucking ice, like a glacier, just slowly approaching.
Yeah.
Like on the Titanic, and you're just like, hey, you should watch out for that.
And they're treating it like it's been just suddenly appeared out of nowhere. That
was like 40 years ago.
This snake strike of a glacier.
Mac,
it was what? Just last year, like.
Mac,
fix that.
Mac, this is crazy. Out of nowhere, the Republicans started being Republicans.
Nothing will fundamentally change.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That was one of the ones. Yeah.
Heartbroken to hear that shit when I was watching the fucking elections over in Mexico. Like, do you fucking people go and vote for this dude?
Yeah, I'm sure.
They fucked over. They fucked over Bernie. I'm kind of torn about that. I was like, what?
Oh, they really did.
Oh yeah, they fucked him hard. That shit they were all over. Goddamn pack of dogs on a three-legged cat. They were all over that shit. You think they could turn the fuck up to fight back against the goddamn Republican Party? Nope.
I think the funniest shit about that was Bloomberg, right? Like he entered the Democratic race, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, that archaic fucking Republican demon was like, I'll make them behave. Yeah. We have to stop Bernie Sanders from letting people act poorly. Shut the fuck up, Bloomberg. How about that? You like that action? How's that feel? Roll that one around your fucking face for a while. You like that shit? Fuck it.
How much money he waste on that shit?
So much.
Like 100 million?
Yeah.
Some fucking big ass number.
Oh yeah, it was dumb.
It was $1 billion. It was $1 billion to get fucking absolutely face rolled.
Ooh, that's a lot of Twitters.
Yeah,
you could have bought at least an NFT.
He bought
at least one NFT.
So many goddamn
known stable, known for stability.
Yeah, you know what? Fucking Nancy Pelosi's shitty daughter wants to rehash this whole situation. Let's go. Starting in 2016, we said that Bernie Sanders could peel away Trump voters and would weaken his resolve, and it would provide an alternative that would benefit the liberals. What did the liberals go? Holy shit, a Jew!
It'd be less funny if it wasn't true.
Then we fucking warned her, you better campaign in these battleground states, otherwise you'll lose. She went, go fuck yourself. We beat your old man Jew. Who won that election? Huh? Who won it? Fucking Butterballs won it. That's who. We called that too. What's the next thing we fucking called? You want to call Trump being a fucking monstrous racist and that he meant all the shit he said? We called that too, didn't we? That was us. We said that, and we were yet again proven fucking horribly right. Gee, I wonder what else we fucking called. Anybody can remember? Gee, I don't fucking know. Maybe Brandon is too goddamn old to fucking do the job. Maybe he's not cognizant enough mentally to do the goddamn job. Did we call that? Anybody here say that? Anybody remember us saying that?
Like Joe would protect women.
Yeah.
Am I the only one?
Joe Biden, known protector of women.
Just ask some kids in Tara Reid.
Yeah, the man.
I hate to say I told you so, but I told you.
The man whose congressional nickname was the Finger Blaster. You think he's got a fucking? You think he's got women's best interests at heart?
God. The Claw.
Holy fucking dog shit. So, you could have had a vice president that was maybe mentally cognizant as well. There, let's get real fucking bold. You fucking backed a woman who doesn't fucking have a brain working in her head either. So it's two.
Did we get rid of one just to be stuck with the other?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did, friend. We sure as fuck did.
Like the double trap sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
You're trapped either way.
It's worse.
Oh, man.
It gets fucking worse. It gets perpetually fucking worse. Because at least Brandon had a base.
And Brandon, it's interesting how linked it is. How everything is linked together.
Yeah.
Like a circle. Like you almost you need some kind of solidarity or something.
Sort of like a human centipede, if one were.
Yeah, you can't just go out there alone, and because you get crushed. But sure, a lot of women Republicans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
White women, this is on you.
Ooh, let's get to the next big Hitler. Is this the fault of white women? Survey says, logically speaking, yes, because you backed Brandon. By the way, I'm going to go one step further. If you backed
my vote
Brandon,
matters.
You remember how Brandon made sure to tell everybody if you didn't vote for him, you ain't black? No, fuck that.
Oh,
you voted
yeah.
Brandon, if you pushed for Brandon, guess what, motherfucker? You was white all along. Don't worry, you were fine. You were paler than paper. Because
It was never going to be a problem in the first place.
Yep. There was no way you were letting a goddamn Jew get into the office. That was just a bridge too fucking far.
I love their surprise face now that they found out it could happen to them.
Yeah.
Whoa! I thought this was just black people. Whoa!
Don't worry. Rich white women have already gone out again. Rich white women are already going to California, most liberal fucking state in the union, I'm told, and going, this is clearly the fault of the progressive. That's what happened. Never mind that we literally ran on locking down the Supreme Court. Never mind that the fucking corporate Democrats, those pig fuckers, child raping pig fuckers. There, I said it. Let's get real spicy because they're all friends with Epstein too. The Republicans are only half wrong. They forget that they're all Epstein's buddies, and so are the fucking Democrats. They seem to fucking conveniently ignore that fact. They're all buddy with that fucking monster.
Based.
Oh, keep going, dude. You're going off.
You have earned one base god for that.
Thank you.
Demon Boy. Redacted. Yeah. So let me see. Yeah, that's basically what's going on. That's a good rundown. Yeah.
That's the world we live in now. And thank fuck the constitutional underpinning for privacy and medical autonomy is about to be ripped away.
Yeah.
Fuck for that.
Oh, I was hearing somewhere that like basically after this they're not really going to be able to stop vaccines.
What do you mean?
Because like they're attacking privacy and bodily autonomy.
Oh,
once you start peeling back layers of privacy and autonomy, then all of a sudden you're left with no choice.
So like vaccine mandates are a go.
I mean, like if they keep building it in this direction.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that run?
There's only one way for it to go.
If you notice that fucking draconian court decision, they're gonna put it. They're talking about putting some sort of caveat on it that basically says this only applies to abortion. That's gonna be the trick. So you can be non-vaccinated in the maternity ward in Tennessee. You can be non-vaccinated in the maternity ward for your child bride's rape baby and give all the other babies fucking measles.
See, that doesn't work because I feel like you can't have anything other than a rape baby with a child bride.
That's what I mean.
It's not draconian enough.
Yeah.
Needs to be more draconian.
You'll only be allowed.
We'll get it next pass.
You'll only be able to allowed to have like ex post facto diphtheria abortion. Yeah. It's gonna get real. It's gonna get real child murdery up in this fucking country real fucking fast. Like you watch anybody like the 30,000 people or whatever who have a fucking abortion per year, an actual honest to goodness. I went to Planned Parenthood and had them fucking take care of that, right? If even having a miscarriage is going to be lethal, but essentially you can negligent your child to death, which, by the way, is Hans Hermann Hoppes' ideology. This is all well within established libertarian ideology. All right? You are going to see a whole lot of fucking people who accidentally fed their baby glue. Because the fucking charges for child negligence where your child dies are less than the fucking murder charges, the murder one charge you're going to get. You're about to see some horrific baby death in this fucking country. Yeah, it's about to be goddamn gruesome. Oh, yeah. You think they won't.
Goodbye child mortality. They wanted for the kids. Goodbye child mortality for the kids.
Yeah. Sorry your life expectancy has just reduced fucking, infants under age 2.
Yeah, just reduced decades, right?
So I see a scenario where you got a shady dude on a corner with an overcoat, and he's standing there looking suspicious, and she walks up to him, "Hey man, you got them pills?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got what you need, but it's gonna cost extra." And she's like, "Oh, okay, but I gotta do it." And he gives her abortion pills, and they part ways and never see each other again from that dark back alley night.
In a lot of those states, contraceptives are going to also be made illegal. So you're going to see here's the one bright side. Like it's going to be perfectly like within the realm of consent now to ask if anybody's ever had sex in like 13 states.
That
You are about to see STDs rise in these states, my friend. You are about to see fucking AIDS all over the goddamn map. The one, like, I think
AIDS is Republican kryptonite.
Well, wait till they all have it.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They keep enabling it.
Yeah, honestly, if you're a woman with AIDS, and you're like, what can I do to help right now?
I'm doing my part.
I'm just saying.
A recruitment video, a military recruitment video. I'm doing my part.
Well, one thing I was wondering about. I don't know if you guys ever had this happen to you. Like, have you ever had like that? Your coworker go to Mexico for dental work or whatever?
I've heard of people doing that. I never have, no, but
don't you think that would, like, something similar would happen with abortions?
Is that viable? What are, like, okay, so spoiler, most of the people who've ever been on this podcast have not been to Mexico in any tangential way.
Right now, half the podcast has been to Mexico.
Right now, at this moment, yes, but most of us, I don't think, ever have been. Or at least I have not, and I am overstepping my authority yet again.
I'd love to see like all that South America and the bottom of North America, but alas, I never have.
Okay, so
this is like a known thing, right? Like, the medical costs in the U.S. are like
comically stupid.
Chronically stupid and deadly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's basically the trade-off that the Soviets had when they finally brought capitalism. They were like, "Oh yay, McDonald's! Oh, why are there homeless? why are there no social safety nets? Oh
why
no,
is there child
we made
prostitution?
a terrible mistake."
Yes.
You hit me right.
It's kind of funny, huh?
Your child is in an open-air slave market. Capitalism.
Bum bum. Yeah, that's the Curb music as best I can remember it. So how, like, what is the reproductive rights situation down south of the border, down Mexico?
Oh, just a tad bit worse.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll be there. We'll catch you in a minute.
Yeah, you're basically, remember those maps that everybody says that it's always the same map, where like everything that's south of the border, everything from Mexico downwards is like in a red color, and everything that's in America is blue. Right. Yeah, America's gonna be red now.
That's the trick. It was never really blue. It was purple.
It was never even purple. It was red, anyways. Oh.
It was just red. Yeah. I was trying to be generous. I was trying to be generous.
It was a noble effort.
There's a tad bit worse.
I could get it by on a regular audience, but you guys, nah.
But like in most states, it varies, but it's legally restricted. So you have. Right now, it's 12 to 13 weeks from gestation. Is that the word?
Okay. Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like caveats, right? So like only in case of rape, or if the woman's health the mother's health is in danger.
Oh, so we're going right behind you guys. We're going right through the toilet.
You're coming back.
We're leapfrogging you and going on forward, like downward.
Are we about to accidentally make Mexico progressive on abortion rights?
Yeah.
By accident, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna make everywhere else in the world more progressive.
Just by default, we're trying. See, that's the American trick. If we'll make
Welcome to Sharia law.
in the worst parts of South America, like in Latin America, it'd be like Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, or the Dominican Republic, where it's illegal, no exceptions. So they will throw the mother in jail.
Jeez.
If she aborts. Yes.
Are those...
So, but Texas Texas has a knack for trying to do that type of shit. So
refresh my memory just like half a second here. Aren't those also countries that tend to have like just absurd economic crises?
yes,
Like comically so. Like when I say absurd,
yes.
so their solution.
Salvador is like the one that has the Bitcoin CEO guy.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
The solution is more children. Yeah, that's been the Catholic answer for decades.
Yeah, I mean,
What should I? What should I do? What
well,
should I
it's a-
do about rape? Have a few more children. How are we going to fix the children crisis?
Well, it's
Have
a
a few
meat
more
grinder.
children.
It's a meat grinder. Have you tried throwing something
Have
in
you
there?
tried throwing a few more? Exactly. Now we're getting it.
I thought that was World War II.
but before this shit happened, like in Mexico, like 40 years ago, before they had campaigns for for family planning and stuff.
Right.
In the small towns, the rural towns where most of the people that are more indigenous live. But these towns already knew about like methods, anticonceptives and all that stuff. Like they would take natural herbs that were growing around, ruda, toloache. Maybe your Spanish audience will understand this. Epazote and barbasco, which is actually the main ingredient for most of the hormonal anticonceptives. Yeah. So they kind of like inferred this, and this is probably shit they knew like for hundreds of years. The best way to provoke a miscarriage was eating these poisonous plants.
Yeah, I mean, the pills aren't really that much more complicated, really. They see the poisonous plant in pill form, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've been doing that sort of shit for years. Aspirin is also just a plant in pill form.
No. What we're talking about is the China policy.
Oh yeah, no, you got this. Yeah, sorry, you got off track here. Yeah, most of those countries are in heavy economic crisis and deeply conservative. Because most of the populations are Catholic.
Funny
right?
that they get rich, you
So
don't.
like Argentina, from what I remember, is one of the only places that has something similar to what the U.S. has in terms of abortion.
Okay.
And that's like one of the more recent ones.
And they're doing, relatively speaking, a little bit better than their peers.
Yes.
Funny that.
Because it's not restricted, from what I understood. They don't put they don't put any caveats in there like, oh, it has to be between 12 to 13 weeks. From what I understand, like before this shit happened in the U.S., what was it, like 17?
Third trimester. So yeah, so in this country, like ignore all the conservative rhetoric. I think this is the standard for most of the world. Its viability is the check. So once the fetus could theoretically survive in like an incubator outside of the womb, that's it. No more abortion. We're done here. You got to go through with it. Like you got to commit at this point. There's no turning back. That is about 17 weeks if you were to put a number on it, more or less. I want to say that's the youngest period of viability that's feasible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the thing still stands, right? Like whatever happens, it's one of these cases. Like the rich can abort, right, and the poor, well, they die.
Yeah. That's always a thing in the U.S.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, in terms of reproductive rights, you just like go in the same direction as South America, Latin America, and
yeah, and
Saudi Arabia.
I didn't check that part of the map.
These famous allies.
They are
these people that we want to emulate.
Curiously enough,
cool, such dictator.
They are absolutely our allies. Yeah, we are. When people talk about like a Jewish conspiracy to control the world, If people would just change that to like a Wahhabist conspiracy, I'd be like, yeah, that's right. You're just that's not a conspiracy theory so much as it is just like observable fact, like your eyes work.
Mhm.
We're
Mhm.
laughing, but it ain't funny. But yeah, so we've been going down that path for a couple of decades because it's weird that neoliberalism really meshes well with extremist Islamist ideology, right? It's weird that those things overlap really well and fit together like a fucking glove.
And Catholicism,
Well,
right?
Catholicism, I would argue, is getting more and more in the vein of Islamic jihad, right? Like, if we were to just be crude about the term for a moment, um, it's scary how much that shit emulates the world of Islam, and not the good parts, not the good parts that are like boring and like us. I mean, like the bad parts. It's mortifying how much there is of a fucking overlap. Yeah, we're getting real cold now. Getting real fucking cold. So strap the fuck in. It's getting weird. And honestly, with the white people we have in power, like it's just gonna get worse. It's not. It can't get better. Like it physically cannot get better. There's no room for it to get better.
Let's just do more of what the masters want.
Mm-hmm.
Lick
Yeah,
more boot.
sure it'll be fine. Y'all enjoy the taste of boot, right? Now in boot form.
Now with extra leather.
Yeah, now with extra leather, not
Please,
actual.
sir, can I have a kick to the face?
What? You
You're
want a
not
kick
even
to
worth
the
it.
face? In this economy, you want a kick to the face? Yeah,
Tell you what, licking my boot 1,000 times.
it's pretty fucking gross. Like, let's be real. It's pretty objectively fucking hideous. I don't know. I can't be. I like. I can't be funny about this, right? Like,
No, you can't.
like that's it. Like, this is that's just it. That's a game now, and the problem is going to continue to be the do-gooder progressives who are like, we better back the Democrats just to be safe. Well, there's not being safe. I'm sorry. Like, this is a fantasy you got to get the fuck over right now because there is no being safe by backing the Democrats. This happened under their watch, and they're like, we're going to have a vote on it and not get rid of the filibuster, so it'll work out fine.
You think in the U.S. there would be like a wave of the green scarf
I don't
like
know the
in
green
Latin
scarf.
America? Well, in Latin America, that's the feminist movement that started going around for most of the countries where they start. They're protesting for abortive rights, for reproductive rights. For depenalization of abortion.
I
That's
don't
the green
know.
scarf.
I
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. Um, considering that, like, the Liberal Party, their solution is to just immediately run to blame.
The
I mean,
process.
well, no, the Liberals were just ready to blame the left. That's all they wanted to
Yeah,
blame.
the further left.
Yeah.
What? That's a new play. I've never seen them do that.
I mean, yeah, again, nothing really all that different. Nothing deviant. Let me say right now, nothing deviant from the TYT coverage on this, right? So this is not like a unique opinion. This is just observable reality. They only have two moves: accept responsibility for their rampant failures on this matter, or
Go right.
yeah, go right and blame the left. So the reaction the left has to have is just absolutely get them crushed at the polls. Yeah, just don't vote for them. And you're like, well, that would put the Republicans in charge. Hey, dumbass.
They are in.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed.
If they can take away
get out there and vote. I can't stand seeing it. Even
Yeah.
people I genuinely like for other reasons, just because they're a good person in real life, and then they go on the sites and be like, "You need to go vote. This is the most important election of my
Oh yeah, that's fucking horrible.
life."
That happens. That happens every. Yeah, that happens every 6 years in Mexico, and they're like, you gotta go out and vote, because you
They
don't want that guy
They
to
don't
win.
even wait till the election is really over. They just go right into the next one.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck do you vote when there's no voting booths or anything? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You're like, you seeing this shit? Like, are you seeing this?
Yeah.
You see that the voting didn't? Nope, just keep voting.
So there's a trend in Mexico when they go vote for the president or some shit. They just like voting Goku.
Did you guys ever get Puff Daddy's vote or die over there?
No, well, we just have like we write down a person, right? We go like Naruto, Goku, some shit like that. We draw sometimes we just like draw a big dick,
That sounds.
They give us it's a permanent marker, so you just like whoop.
That sounds way more productive because you gotta waste their time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, don't put Miss Piggy because you might still get Hillary.
That's true. Legally speaking, that is one of her acceptable names for voting for.
That was also a meme. So if you wrote down pendejo, they would just assume Peña Nieto. That was like the last president before AMLO.
No shit. No shit.
But that's more of a corruption thing. Like,
yeah, that's pretty fucking corrupt. That's not what I wrote. It seems like it was, but it wasn't.
But was it though?
Wasn't it though?
Yeah, voting sucks, bro. God damn.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If we're gonna have any hope through the electoral process as a thing, I'm gonna choose my words very carefully on this. If the candidate is new, it would behoove you probably to give them one shot to not fuck it up, and then really scrutinize what they're doing and really weigh. Like, they want this to be an individualist world. They don't want a unified workers' party that's aiming for workers. That's fine. Play their fucking game right back. If they don't appease you 100%, don't do it. Don't go for round 2. Don't re-elect. Don't vote for them. That would be your optimal strategy. Now, I'm not telling you. I'm telling you that this is at least my strategy. I got to be very careful with my words.
This is
You're
not
gonna get canceled,
way.
your boy. Defending electoralism.
This is not in any way. Yeah, hold on. Let me preface this. This should not be construed in any way as an endorsement for a mass voting strategy that could sway the outcome of elections. But on a personal level, you're going to actually have to pay attention to who you're voting for and decide whether or not it is worth it to continue to give them power. That's a responsibility you now have in an actual sense, because the Democrats are so goddamn old and useless that if you trust them to do the thinking for you, you essentially have you have signed off on putting yourself in the care of somebody with fucking dementia.
I was first getting into the socialisms. There was
when I was a lad.
There was a saying that stuck with me at the very beginning, and it was, "Don't give liberals power."
Well,
and you know what? This has been the most evergreen piece of advice.
Don't worry, they can't take power. They've tried everyone.
To the right.
Yeah, it just immediately gets given away, so it's all fine.
Yeah, they don't have.
Yeah, that's a thing. Like, that's a thing in Mexico too. Like all these fucking right wing parties would start complaining about AMLO being a socialist or whatever, and this motherfucker is like signing off on all types of fucking bullshit that the right wing parties want passed.
Yeah.
Like, nah, he's not a socialist. He's just bitching.
No,
yeah, don't take a correct analysis to understand that one.
Well, you know what? Let's be fucking brutal here. This is a filet of do. the Republicans know how to play this game as well. So what they do is they go out and run cover for these fucking tepid liberals.
This is filleting a dude?
Fillet a dude.
Oh, filleting a dude.
Filleting
You're
a dude.
missaying it.
Filleting a dude, it takes two people. It's a certain type of delusion, right? But,
right.
Here's the part we never focus on. Okay? We never focus on this. We can all focus on the fact that Democrats get into power and are like, LOL, what's this? And just hand it to the Republicans. Like it's some sort of fucking disgusting thing. We all know that part of it. Here's the other part to that delusion, right? The other part is the Republicans go out there and they're like, if there's a 2% tax hike, it's fucking socialist. They're a fucking socialist, blah, 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 right? This fucking liberal with these type of parties. Connor Lamb is goddamn the next fucking coming of Mao, Stalin, Pol Pot or whatever. They go out there and do that to push left voters to back the liberals, right? That's what they do. That's their end of the bargain. We'll essentially make you look more left than you are so that leftists will not feel so bad voting for you. That way, in case you get power, we get to still keep power. We don't actually have to fight an actual leftist. We don't have to fight somebody who's going to go out there and be like, no, I really will just be like, I'm not going to vote for anything that doesn't appease me and it doesn't help.
Yeah, that's a non-starter.
What do you mean?
Yeah, can't add any of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's part of that relationship. That's a duo. That's the reason the Republican Party is mad at people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert bullying the Democrats or whatever. At the end of the day, it has nothing to do with ethics. They are like Madison Cawthorn, you know what I mean, going out there and be like, there's cocaine orgies and the Democrats are Satanists, and I'm, like what they're doing is they're going out there and they're pushing it too far because they're taking it seriously. It was never serious.
Yeah, they're giving away the game.
Yeah. Well, they're taking the game too far. You know what I mean? Like, you know how like
the game has always been given away.
Right. Well, no, only half of it though. We only focus on the Democratic half. We never really focus on what the Republicans' responsibility in that relationship is. It is precisely to run cover and make them look like left-wingers so that whenever, it comes time to fucking deal with these people and vote for them or whatever, it's like, I guess, I mean, they are more left than that person. No, they're really not. They're not in any way, shape, or form more left than these fucking filthy Republicans. It's just they're weaker. They're weaker intentionally. They're fucking, it's a false opposition, right? We really, like, people will be like, oh, we got a one-party state because these Democrats are lazy. This is the fucking arrangement. That is readily apparent.
Yeah.
The Democrats aren't even bothering to operate like a fucking political party. A political party anywhere else, you have this motherfucker Joe Manchin, you have these 8 motherfuckers who are like, we're just going to block our own party's agenda. Those motherfuckers would be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they get to sit and bitch and cry that, oh my God, can you believe the party is going to be mean to me? Yeah, they should. They should be mean to you. They should be fucking livid. They should be willing to take the temporary hit down to purify their ranks. That's what any fucking sane party would do. They would purge your ass in a heartbeat. All right, motherfucker, you don't want to play? That's fine. Good luck. Good luck playing for the other team. They don't like you either. They would cut them off on funding and access. They would be like, you can't have this person on the media. You can't do it or we'll deny you all these other interviews. They would play fucking hardball. You notice how they're fucking not? Notice how they're like, oh, golly gee, this one guy in our party had some individual idea. You're the fucking left. What's the fucking myth about the left? We all think alike. Now, this motherfucker's going rogue, rampant individualist, and you're like not disciplining the shit out of him. You're gonna let him do whatever the fuck he wants all over the place?
Shit
on, man. They just remind me like
he just shit all over.
You mentioned that shit from the Matrix. They're like, yeah, just put it in. They're putting in the fucking like the bell curve tape in. Like, just send that shit in. Burn through that fucking thing. FBI crime statistics. Go. Oh, I'm learning so much right now. And that's the same shit they spout out every day.
Yeah.
So they'll just like misinterpreted pieces of Adam Smith. Just like the good quotes, none of the bad.
I'm gonna be really heretical here. There's really no bad Adam Smith quote. There's just shit he's clearly stupid on, like intentionally.
Yeah, the good parts to them, man, in quotes. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. The parts that make them horny. Not the part where he's like, yeah, the state kind of has to be, there has to be a base level of taxes to pay for these services because otherwise if you put these in the hands of the private market, the whole shit falls apart and it all breaks and it gets really, really bad, really, really fast. And it's not a good time. So like it would be bad for capitalism overall if you didn't do this. So you kind of have to make the sacrifice, but that's the part where they're like, "Whoa, calm down."
Listen, I don't like those lines, so I disagree with you. Take that.
Yeah, picky and choosy, just like with the fucking Bible. Isn't that weird? They just learn they can pick and choose, and it's like that's fine. It's not literally no harm to you if you pick and choose and say stupid shit. It's great. It was great for you. So fuck it. Yeah.
Yep.
No, we're living pre-19. What was that? What was that? 1972? That fucking is that when Roe v. Wade was decided? Was it earlier?
1984.
Is it
1988?
I get it. It's an Orwellian joke.
Oh,
Well, that'll bring the
yeah.
conservative listeners back around. After we made sure to point out that Tennessee is going to be the child rapist paradise.
Well, they're
Well,
in the process of packing.
Yeah, the Republicans, they're jumping for joy right now. They're like, oh yeah, get the 10th seat right now.
Oh shit, yeah. Fucking gotta get my rental up for fucking Tennessee in goddamn June because June is gonna be wild.
But
Honey,
doesn't this shit like
you ain't going
wouldn't
nowhere, honey.
they,
Don't pack your bags.
won't they push for like polygamy shit soon?
The Mormons might.
Polygamy is a hard sell for them because they're so anti-sex.
Yeah, liberals like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the liberal thing.
Interesting.
They
I would
feel
have thought
they're
like
being open. They feel like they're being open-minded.
They would take it if they could figure out some way for it to work out just in their favor. But since they really haven't thought of a way to make it work out in only their favor, they're going to poo-poo it.
Here's one for you that you may not know. Go ahead and ask them whether your wife fucking you with a strap-on is gay.
Their brains will explode.
Oh.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes for them.
Their answer is a hard dick yes, but it's not. It's literally a woman fucking a man. That's
about as straight as it
maritals.
gets.
It's maritals.
Yeah, I don't know how you get straighter than that. I'm trying to think. How do you get straighter than a cishet woman having sex with a cishet?
They draw the line at butt stuff.
They just
a hard line for them.
Oh yeah, it's kind of funny actually. Let's take a side detour on that. The two people who agree that the butt is the gay sex organ, and that the de facto penis and vagina are heterosexual sex organs, are like hardcore Christian conservatives and weird leftist identitarians.
True.
Yeah, as a general rule, if you're on the left and you're agreeing about an identity-related notion with the Republican Party, you ought to rethink your stance. You should really mull over what the fuck you just said.
Is this like sexual horseshoe theory?
Yes.
It's all a Mobius strip, like whatever sexual pathology you're probably gonna share with the opposite side.
Well, you know how it works, man. They'll have everyone they'll be firmly on one side. There'll be not everyone, but there'll be some people who are like firmly on one side on everything except for like one thing.
Yeah.
And that one thing is the thing that's going to end up getting transferred over. And it's just super random. Like for every single like far person, there's like that one thing. Hopefully not. But it does just like fall apart for them. Like there's always like some kryptonite there. Like Bernie, it's foreign policy. Like
yeah.
He's weak on foreign policy.
His
well, what do you got to say about it? Nothing.
Well, no. He's called for a two-state solution. He was superficially good on that, but he also he's voted for every military spending bill because he's like it's not worth the fight. And honestly, you're really old, Bernie. It kind of is worth the fight. Because, like...
Not when you can't get drafted.
yeah, funny enough. No, that is his weak spot where he just kowtows to the fucking liberals. Like, every time without fail, he'll just vote for the fucking horrendous. He'll speak on it, but then, like, he'll absolutely just say yes to the spending bill anyway. So it's like...
Well, and for libertarians, it's contract slavery.
Yeah, well... Let's get in and let's dance around that a little bit, right? Like, why are the hardcore right really eager for everything from, like, child brides to incest in the first degree,
permissions,
and anti-abortion
property?
Yeah, it's not like these are the same. Like, when you start going through, like, in your head, like, what are these people panicking about? They're panicking about the white birth rate falling. They're panicking about not enough white babies. They've always loved the idea of chattel slavery, hands down, and they can't get away with it on the basis of race anymore. Where did they turn? Children. They turn to children because you're going to let them do this to children. You're letting them do this by being just an absolutely shit part. Like, this is the problem, is, like, the Republicans are doing it, the Democrats are letting it happen. You're both guilty, but these are people who are obsessed with slavery, chattel slavery in some form that they can't get away with. They can't get their dick off and just enslave non-whites. These are people who, when they left Europe, their original plan was just to enslave whites, right? Like, they were just like, yeah, that'd be a great idea. White slaves, look, they're all here, they're all poor, we can just get away with this. That was the original plan. When that proved to be untenable to some degree, they were like, I don't know, we'll try these ones just south of us. We'll just try that. And they just ran with it because it worked, right? There was no opportunity for fucking British slavers to go to Africa and take people until they had a need to do it. Like, let's be cold about it. It wasn't a race thing. It was entirely a money thing, and the white people didn't pan out so fucking well. So then
they never admit that. They never admit that it's a money thing.
The liberals don't admit it. Liberals refuse to admit that it was entirely
a
profit calculation. And when white slaves proved to be unprofitable because they wouldn't go along with it, they had to turn to the next closest thing.
Yeah. Originally they were trying real hard to get the natives, but, when you know the land, it's kind of hard to do.
Well, they did. They were Native American slaves. Like, that's the other thing they never want to talk about.
There were.
Yeah. None of that shit ever comes out of their mouths, and it's because, like, it destroys the race narrative, which they need. Again.
Yeah, and they always do that. What about the white slaves? And you're like, whoa, ho, 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 ho! You just caught yourself up. That's how you can really tell.
Yeah. What about the white slaves? Well, the fact of the matter is this: if that plan didn't pan out because white people were smart enough to go fucking guns ahoy, bitch, try to enslave me. Try it, motherfucker. That pissed off the masters. That's when they had to go looking elsewhere. And other people weren't so fucking lucky when they went, nah, fuck this. Because they brought money, they brought fucking guns, they brought weapons and solidified local power. They did colonialism. Their response when they couldn't just have white slavery for their colonialism was to do fucking colonialism. They just turned it elsewhere. Now, in the modern era, it's distasteful to do it on the basis of race. So now they're going to turn it to fucking women. And I guarantee goddamn well to you, I guarantee fucking to you, LGBT folks, pay fucking attention. You're next. They're already trying to get rid of gay marriage. I would not be fucking shocked if that's July. Whoever this leaker is, keep leaking them. Let's see what they're doing. My theory is that fucking by July, we won't have legal gay marriage in this country anymore. That'll be a states' rights fucking problem.
Fuck.
And you're going to see a fuck ton more states ban that shit out. My God.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's about to get real fucking
weird. Hold on, man. Like, if you said the states' right thing, like, if there was an actual, like, civil war over this.
Yeah.
Like, and one side lost.
Yeah.
Would they use that, like, the excuse? Like, it was for states' rights?
They do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They already are.
They use that all the time. When they have nothing else to say, they'll say states' rights.
I'm going to be bold. That's when they're at their most honest. Because it was a state's rights to do what?
Slavery.
Yeah. It was a state's rights to have slaves. It was a state's rights to fucking disenfranchise and torment people. With the power of the state. They're being very honest what they want. They're not lying. Fucking Peter Thiel's out there right now like, we don't need a president anymore. We need a dictator. And those are his fucking words. You can't sue. I just repeated what you fucking said.
We need a strong Republican Party.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi. We need tough, racist, transphobe pedophiles. That's her stance.
That's what we need.
Party. Yeah, if you're in California and vote for Nancy Pelosi, you're fucking stupid. I'm sorry, like that, and that's not an opinion meant to sway an election. That is observable fact. You're a fucking idiot.
You can drag a homeless person off the street and do better.
You could. You know what? That homeless guy's gonna really do what you want him to do. Because I'll tell you what, he fucking needs that sandwich. He needs that bread.
Yeah.
He needs that shit. He needs that.
Shit, I need a locker of just ice cream.
Yeah.
A whole ice cream fridge.
My God, you got a box with food in it that it's not expired. It's amazing. What do you want me to do again? All right. Hey, how the fuck do you think Matt Gaetz got there? Homeless. Sucking dick for crack. That fucking. He was blowing Ron DeSantis, and Ron was like, we could use a representative, and he was like, thank you, sir.
That's the scariest image I've ever seen.
I'm like, oh, great.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I need some mental bleach after that.
Mm-hmm. How do you think Matt Gaetz got there? Marjorie Taylor Greene in Georgia? I'm Margie Greene and I want lower taxes. Boo. I'm Marjorie Taylor Greene. I have 2 first names now, and I'm a fucking psychopath. Yay!
It's like they sniff out the brain rot and they're attracted to the person with the most rotted brain.
Yeah, and you know what? I spoke a little bit unfairly about Matt Gaetz. He wasn't homeless. He was sucking Ron DeSantis' dick, but he wasn't homeless. I misspoke, and I apologize to the known pedophile, Mr. Matt Gaetz.
Known protector of children, Matt Gaetz.
Yes, known offender against children, Matt Gaetz. Let's get his title right. Child rapist, Matt Gaetz. Child sex predator, Matt Gaetz. These are all things that are acceptable to call him.
So I'm not a libertarian, so I don't know the answer to this question, but what's the term for teenage attraction? That's the type of thing that he'd be arguing.
Nice try.
No. I've heard this argument before, obviously.
Yep, that's right. Matt Gaetz makes complex arguments to justify him raping children and sexually harassing children.
I mean, that's just the standard in the Republican.
And if he moves to Tennessee to be a representative there to unseat Rand Paul, I think that's where, Rand Paul's Kentucky, right? Yeah. Yeah, Rand Paul and Mitch McConnell are in Kentucky. I apologize. I misspoke a little bit there. I'm very sorry to misspeak on when I'm referring to the pedophile who is named Matt Gaetz.
Kentucky is raw gruesome. Isn't that where Texas Chainsaw Massacre happened?
I think. The inspiring event happened there, yes. Yeah.
They just kind of offshored it to Texas. Yeah, Texas to take it. They don't care.
But Texas was like, can we have this happen here? Could we get, perhaps Mr. Leatherface would be free to move here?
That'd be tight.
We could run him as a senator. He'd be tough on border policy. Yeah.
It's tough on faces.
It's tough on the border. That's our man right there. Yeah.
I'm here for the border. Yeah. And faces.
Mr. Leatherface, Senator Leatherface, we're having trouble hearing you over the chainsaw and the screams of that teenager you're mauling.
Don't worry about me. 9/11. Oh, okay. He's our man.
Yeah. So let's get it out there. Like, number one, what you should be doing, steps you can take right now. Remind everybody who loves the Republicans that they basically are voting for pedophiles.
These are the new Leatherface. Like they don't bring chainsaws anymore.
No.
They've learned to just
No, they get rental
fuck with the
agreements.
policy. Fuck with the policy.
They get rental agreements in Tennessee is what they do. Number 2, don't go to Tennessee. It's not safe. If you have a child in Tennessee and they get raped, you're going to have to pay for this fucking rapist's wedding.
It's funny. They do shit like this and wonder why no one wants to go to the South.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers will go everywhere but the South.
We have
they'll be refreshed. They'll be refreshed by the racism in Maine. Like, sure, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It's just classic.
Man, it must be horrible being a wedding DJ, huh?
Like, what'd you say? Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I thought that was some Georgia shit, bro.
It's
I can deal with that.
It's hard being a wedding DJ anywhere in Appalachia. It's very hard. You have to play a whole lot of country music, and the most upbeat thing you can play is Cotton Eye Joe, and then you have to really everybody in the room has to have a mass delusion that song is not just about a gay dude just absolutely wrecking male ass all across the fucking town.
You gotta merge it with a clown nose, bro. You gotta put on the full clown outfit while doing it.
Yeah.
That way you appeal to both the adults and the kids and DJ.
Yeah.
DJ. What the fuck is Pennywise?
DJ
Pennywise. Stupid.
I devour kids. Okay, you're welcome in Tennessee anytime. Come again.
Yeah, but how much do I gotta pay you?
Yeah. You work for free. I work for children. Perfect. Like to marry them?
Us too.
Us too.
Do you want to marry him? I'm just polishing my chainsaw.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
I don't think I ever told you guys my theory on Cotton Eye Joe, have I?
No, I didn't.
No, I never heard it.
No, if you listen to that song, pay attention to the lyrics. If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? So they're trying to work out where this guy lives, because that guy just absolutely wrecked their ass and just fucking turned that pussy out, and they loved it. To the point where fucking a cishet woman or a trans woman, completely unsatisfactory. Not enough for them now. They got to have that dick again. They got to have some Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's my theory on it. That is just a gay pimp rolling through that town.
How much does this? I gotta ask you guys. How much does it suck to have even music that sucks? Like you don't get any relief.
No.
Like just everything all the time sucks for you guys.
Let me put it to you like this: if you suck, right, you're in heaven because you like things that suck.
Oh.
You like the sucky music, so for you, it's like, it's just glorious. But for like
normal, yeah.
It's I don't know. Like imagine wanting to pull your teeth out all the time, but not having the physical strength to pull the pliers hard enough, so that you're constantly just tugging on your own face and in pain. That's what it's like.
Yeah, you're just cracking your teeth every day,
yeah,
little by little.
Yeah.
Get on out.
So since we're towards the end, I think I want to close out on something a little bit serious, right? I want to go over what the left position ought to be on abortion. And everybody loves when a man is talking about abortion, but I'll tell you this right now: the people you cannot trust on abortion, white women who have money.
Clearly,
they have, and this is where identity politics will fuck you in the ass every single time. No lube, all surprises, because identity politics, in terms of appeasing rich white women, is what got us here. White women get a little bit of money, suddenly the fucking world revolves around their fucking vaginas. That's harsh, but I'm not wrong. I'll tell you why I'm not wrong. I cannot find Cenk Uygur of TYT's fucking clip. I think they may have taken this one down.
Oh.
I'm gonna keep digging because I really want to clip that fucking audio.
I do want to see that now.
I know. I've hyped it up so much for you guys in the chat. I'm gonna find this.
I mean, you're willing to watch TYT to do it. Anyway, finish your monologue.
Yeah. When it comes to police violence against poors and non-whites, and especially non-white poors, regardless of gender, it is not an issue to be treated as something that needs an armed response, a forceful response. It is Peacefully protest, make them see your humanity. Respectability politics. When it comes to the eradication of wages and calling in the police to come crack fucking union skulls, as is happening right now on many fucking strikes. All right? Peaceful politics don't engender violence. When it comes to kicking a transphobe's ass or failing to do so, condemnable that you even tried. When it comes to any disruption to a white woman's fucking, we might need armed militias to transport people who need abortions around. That is not the left position. Because this is not about this, and I'm sorry, this is going to hurt some fifis, especially if it's heard by rich white women. However, counterpoint, you're the reason we're in this mess, so it's time to listen.
That's the same reason we don't like the fascists.
It's the same reason. It's all about your fucking crotch. Just like with the goddamn racist. This is all about your fucking sexual mores. That's all this issue has been reduced to. What you can do with your vagina. And that's not the way to interpret it. Because women, cis-het women, are not the only people affected by this. We have brothers out there right now who could die because they no longer have the fucking opening necessary to fucking handle that. They may not have the fucking equipment anymore to fucking deal with it. They could die. We're going to lose men over this. We're going to lose the boys. So we're in it too, folks.
All families. The whole family. You're all at risk now.
Yep. We're all in it together.
Family values my ass.
Oh, they got well, they value families. They're going to really, especially the children now in Tennessee. Let me tell you. That's
but the only problem is they value it through monetary terms.
In transactional. Transactional.
Well, that's what it's about. It's about managing their incomes. That's what
market value.
This is what abortion has been reduced to. It has been reduced to a twofold measure. One, it is the power of rich women to manage their pocketbooks at their convenience. I'm sorry, that's not a leftist principle. That isn't. That's not our principles. Number two, it has been touted as a metric and a means to prevent poverty. That is in no way a leftist principle. The leftist principle on this issue is just like any other issue of medical rights and bodily autonomy. The individual members of society have control of their bodies. Now you can say that's a libertarian perspective. The libertarians are right on this. However, they will then go ahead and, like any libertarian position, they will contort it so that they fucking reject their own premise.
Yeah, they'll fuck it up. Don't worry.
Yeah, they'll fuck it up. So we're going to be consistent on it. The ability to control reproductive rights, to protect medical safety, that is an issue of bodily and medical autonomy. That extends to everything from fucking plastic surgery. It extends to how you seek treatment for a cold. And yes, as distasteful as you will think it is, liberals, it extends to vaccination. It extends to abortion. That is the issue at hand. Does the individual have control over their own body or not? The leftist answer is yes. Even if that requires accommodation around it. Because the expectation is that person is going to make the decisions for themselves, and that their labor will go with the rest of the labor of every other individual making decisions for themselves to enhance society. And that is not an issue where we have right as a society to step in and involve ourselves. Now, like any right, as they are currently conceived of course there are limits. We would not, for example, encourage the depressive to commit suicide. We would not be cheerleading their suicide. We would not be cheerleading the sick and afflicted into suicide, the disabled into suicide. So don't contort that as some sort of cry for eugenics, because it is not. That is not eugenics is by no means and in any way a left-wing principle. That isn't.
I hate how they always veer into eugenics.
And it's
so
I fucking hate the eugenics thing, man.
Eugenics is fucking disgusting.
And it just keeps coming back, and they be so casual with it, and you're like, no.
Well, consider If abortion is such a great tool for mitigating poverty, what is that if not eugenics? So their argument against eugenics would be, you should try our eugenics instead. That's not an anti-eugenicist position, which we do not prescribe on the left.
Yeah, this is just the consumer. This is like the consumer viewpoint of eugenics.
It's consumerist eugenics. Yeah. In lieu of some sort of non-consumerist state eugenics, both of which are wholly abhorrent from a moral perspective.
What? Why would a leftist think that?
Yeah, we don't. And we need to be clear in our fucking speech. That is not the purpose behind abortion. The purpose behind abortion and similar rights, whether or not one opts to exercise those rights, is irrelevant. The person ought to have the right to do so, because they ought to have autonomy over their body to a reasonable degree. It's that simple. That's why this right is important. It's not about how many are performed. It's not about any kind of bizarre ethical consequences. It is entirely about whether or not the individual has autonomy over their body. The left should affirm, and does affirm, a resounding yes. There is no genuine conception of freedom, and you can say that's a no true Scotsman argument. Counterpoint, show me the version of freedom that inhibits control over the self. Show it to me. There is none. The limiter has always been how you interact with others. And we should be very clear about personhood as well. A clump of cells is not a person. It is a thing that is growing. At a certain point, it does transform into what is recognizable as a person, and at that point, different considerations must be made. There's nothing out of line with our current understanding of fucking abortion with that. Unless you're a fucking right-winger. But right-wingers, as we have established, are filthy child fuckers and bigots. So we're not really worried about their opinions on the matter. If you're a leftist, you're not worried about how it plays. You play that by pointing out they're a fucking pedophile. Of course they're vested in more children being born.
More unguarded, more likely vulnerable children.
Yes, they need more unguarded children. These are people who are looking to buy daycares, and that's not an accident. So we don't really need to worry about how they feel about things. And if they get mad, remind them that they're trying to have child brides. You can totally it is fine. It is within the realm of debate, perfectly fine to point out that Ben Shapiro backs people who are fucking known pedophiles.
Can you imagine me in Congress?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to fuck kids.
The pedophile says what? The pedophile
Excuse me, what did you just say?
I'm sorry, Senator Pedophilia. What would you like to say about being a child fucker? That we already haven't heard. Do you have anything new to add about your child fucking proclivities?
Oh, here comes Mr. Incest. Oh, boy.
Oh, look. It's his friend, Pedophilic Incest.
Oh, Mr. fucking Pedigree over here.
Ah, yes, the bird-faced pedophile and his wheelchair-bound friend, Cousin Fucker. By the way, did you all know that? Just a quick aside in this rant. Did you know Madison Cawthorn fucks his cousin?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I did not know that.
Yep. I'm just making that better.
Don't worry,
I just kind of assumed that happens.
We should talk after this about starting a web series called Pedophile and Cousin Fucker, about their wacky misadventures in the South that end with them being fucking just horrendous monsters every episode without fail.
If you exaggerate them enough, it's legal.
Yes.
If you exaggerate enough, it becomes reality.
Well, you don't really. That's the thing. You don't actually have to exaggerate because it's so outlandish.
Yeah.
It's already out there.
Just to reiterate, I've spoken my piece, and the floor is returned to the boys. There is no circumstance where the left position ought to be, woe is me, look at the rich white woman's vagina's inconvenience. Woe is me, more poor children will be being born. We have a foundation of eradicating poverty. We have a foundation of liberation of human bodies from the bondage of capitalism. None of that shit matters to us. The reason this matters in any way, shape, or form is because now, with the canary clearly dead in the coal mine, they're coming for our brothers and sisters. They mean it. They weren't fucking playing around. It was not a game. They meant the shit that they did. And it's time we take it seriously and respond. And yes, we do have their media against us. We've always had that problem. It's irrelevant. We need our own media. We need our own fucking party. We need our own goddamn boots on the ground, if so be it. Not to protect rich women fucking getting rushed out of the fucking country for their own convenience, their little aborcation, but so that the bodily autonomy of our brothers and sisters is preserved. It's time we take responsibility for these things and act upon that responsibility. Beyond bitching on shows, beyond bitching at the TV, beyond bitching on Twitter, beyond bitching on Facebook, you're going to have to get your ass up and do something. And if you're going to call yourself any kind of a leftist, if you're going to fucking do this thing, you have a moral, ethical, political, economic, and cultural fucking imperative to do so. And anything you're not doing is entirely your fault now, because they are honest about what they're going to do. They have been direct and honest, and they did it. They're not fucking around like you are. It's time you stop fucking around. You get your shit together. That's the fucking takeaway here. Not kowtowing to the liberal interpretation of every fucking thing. It's time to stand as a leftist in opposition to the conservatives and the liberals. They're coming for you. It's fucking real. They're doing it. They just fired their first shot, and that won't be the last. With that, boys, I'm going to shut my fucking mouth. You have the floor.
Yeah, going for the babies isn't too far off from going for the millennials, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm really frustrated about all these poor babies that are going to be born. Oh, no, wait. I just got a lecture about why I wasn't supposed to say that.
Just the midnight dumps the baby. I mean, that's what they want.
Have you noticed this shit? Like, to these asswipes, like the notion of freedom and equality are like two things that fight each other. Like, you can't have one or the other.
You're correct.
But to us, for some reason, like, freedom and equality kind of go hand in hand.
They have to. Yeah, you're right.
What is this? This gap, like...
Well, they want the freedom to be evil.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So it's literally the freedom to be evil versus actual fucking equality. There's no... They can't... There's no... It's not... Is you know, there's shades of gray in things. Not this. You can't be both a tyrant and fucking benevolent. Not when it comes to equality and freedom. It just doesn't gel. And that comes back to capitalism.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
If I were to put it in very simple terms, it's the dialectic between master and slave ideology. We have slave ideology according to Nietzsche, and unfortunately to some extent Hegel, and they have master ideology.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say they'd have. Yeah. I mean, that's the philosophy of it. It just like more intuitively, it feels more like they have both the slave and the master ideology, and we're on a different fucking planet from where they are.
Yeah,
like their mentality is so very alien to me.
Well, you're not a master, that's why. that's why it's alien to you, is because they have the morality of masters, we have the morality of slaves, if we were to use the Nietzschean terms.
Yeah, I don't know about Nietzsche. I don't really fucks with him.
I'll put that where I stand. Even if I agree, so what?
Right.
Doesn't make it any better for them. Doesn't make it right. So fuck it.
Yeah. So, well, that was enlightening, I guess.
Definitely aggressive. How many Hitlers did we do? Did we lose track? I think we lost track.
Yeah, you like 3, 4.
Something like that. Good.
Well, I wasn't keeping track. I wasn't keeping track. Just get out there and do something.
We're gonna have to get our asses together. We're gonna have to do something. And yeah, what's the big
I loved Anna's rant because it was like, you go, girl.
Yeah.
And she still didn't do nothing.
Oh fuck! I wanted to touch on that shit.
Shoot.
The girl boss mentality.
Oh yeah, well we know what that is now. We know that's just a straight up. They're replacing. They're throwing one thing that's good, and then using it to cover for all of the imperialism they can possibly stuff in there.
Yeah.
So like your greenwashing or your green capitalism and your woman's capitalism, girl boss capitalism,
pink capitalism, rainbow capitalism,
your rainbow capitalism. They have this sneaky ass trick to cover the eyes of the normies. But see, material conditions are still eroding.
Everything's turning to shit all around you because you're not doing anything leftists.
Man, the fucking infrastructure is still so trash. It's so bad.
Yeah.
I swear it's not a modern country.
Yeah. I know you guys heard it before, but the U.S. is, the third world country with the Gucci belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gucci.
And the guns.
Gucci.
And the guns.
Yeah. It's weird. I've had white people be like, can you imagine, like, what it's like to live in a third world country? And I'm like, yeah, it's...
Because, there's a vague gesture around you.
Well, you know what I mean. I mean, of course, they're just talking about Africa.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. We're in it.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have clean water. We don't have clean water.
We don't have any of those things.
Well, they just leave their babies to die. Well, we leave our babies to die.
That's literally the right wing is about to pass a law that makes that happen, where that's the only viable abortion method is neglect. So like,
well, they don't have McDonald's.
That's not evidence of being if that's evidence of being a first world country, I don't want to be one.
I mean, that's what they ultimately have.
Yeah. They've shot.
We got Walmart.
Oh, Mexico has Walmart, so I don't know.
Oh shit!
No. Mexico. No. Mexico has Guanmal.
That's what I said, right? Wait. Oh, you trying to tell me on my Spanish pronunciation? Walmart?
Don't do it, Jake. Don't do it.
You mean to tell me you can get Gucci belts anywhere in the world?
That's like the one motherfucker, one of the richest guys in the world, who's a Zara from Spain, right?
Yeah.
Armando, yeah, the guy from. Damn. Yep. Fuck, man. That's Armando. Like the Gucci variant of Latin America, I guess.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know why the guy was rich. It's just periodically I look at my top 10 list of enemies.
My condolences.
Yeah.
Hey.
The good news is pretty soon leftists will be back to whining about Elon Musk buying Twitter like that's actually something they should care about.
The good news is I'm not going to have to listen to Kevin Samuels' name come up again.
Who?
Fuck Kevin Samuels. The fucking relationship guru guy who's basically just like throwing right wing incel shit at girls.
Oh, is that what he was doing?
Basically.
Oh, the guy that they.
Because he was all like, yes, he's like, I mean, he's like, yeah, well, women, have you tried getting a rich man? Like, oh, okay, that solves everybody's problem.
I love how the first thing that pops up that says right there, like, YouTube personality Kevin Samuels, known for controversial views. Like, huh.
Yeah, he was basically a fucking right winger.
Oh.
Controversial. God damn.
And they loved him because he does his talk radio shit. And you know, this is for me one of those Tyler Perry situations where like I can't get down on that, guys. So, sorry, it's just me. I don't. They're like, a man is passing, and you like. I'm sorry, dude. I can't mourn him. Not those takes. Like as a human being, as an individual, sure. But as a media personality, as someone who has influence in this world,
yeah, kind of a rough sell there. I agree.
It's like if Musk were to die, it's like,
Yeah.
like, oh, he was such a visionary, and they'll give him the full Apple guy treatment, fucking Jobs.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, come on, guys, like I can't, no, I just can't, like, not now, not never. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
I got myself banned out of the Apple group, the Steve Jobs worshiping group.
Oh, that's easy to do because apparently.
It only took a couple of sweet. Steve Jobs demanded the iPhone be invented so he could scream at people how he was pooping. That's not really a visionary. That's a psychopath.
And
he had zero involvement in the idea beyond, what if I could yell at you while I was pooping?
All I do is I just walk in and I'm like, yo, he ain't Woz though.
Oh, fucking Woz, yeah. Steve Woz is cool.
Like that Woz dude. Like I don't know about Jobs. I like Woz.
Yeah, I'm so glad that Elon Musk invented Twitter.
It's like Bill Gates. like yeah, but he was like the staunchest IP guy. Like I can't. Like I can't get down on that.
I like how people are like, he invented the electric. Like the one that really boggles my fucking mind is like, he invented the electric car. We had electric cars in 1920, bitch. We actually got rid of those.
Yeah, but he also invented time travel. So.
Oh.
Well, not yet though. Not yet.
We just gotta wait for it.
And he invented using your own damn car in the subway.
Yeah.
Oh, and he invented pumping and dumping Dogecoin.
Yeah. That's what my man's invented. Nothing impressed here. Oh, but look what he's doing with space travel. Yeah, he went up to space. Who did that first?
He really goes up to space.
Oh no, I know. His engineers did a great job on the reusable rockets. I will give it that. I will give him that.
Yeah, his
doesn't have anything to do with him, but you know, it is a thing.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you this right now. Even if you said, what if the rockets were reusable? That's not inventing anything.
It's not.
It's
not.
Like, I don't know how to explain people that, like, inventing things is like sitting down and working out the goddamn numbers and the diagrams and then building prototype models. And
well, I mean, they're so disconnected from products anyway that they're not going to... They think that things just appear on shelves. You put money in, and you invest money in, and you get products, and
all that shit doesn't factor in.
Question marks profit.
Jobs, what the fuck?
Wages.
Yeah, wage labor.
Oh,
labor? Huh?
Yeah.
A fair day's pay? What?
Outsourcing? What's that?
You tripping, bro.
I was reading some other shit. What was it? About the size of trucks in the U.S. See, like, what was it, like 20 years ago? They had no, not 20, maybe like 30. They had the smaller ones.
Yeah.
30. Like the Nissan ones, or even earlier, they had like small ass trucks with four cylinders. But due to a trade war thing that happened in the U.S. That's why they stopped making those, or that's why they stopped buying those from Japan or some shit.
Really?
Yeah. No, hold on. Let me look up the link.
It's the chicken tax on trucks, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it was the Japanese instituted a tax on U.S. chickens, and in retaliation, we taxed trucks, foreign trucks. And it's why you don't see a lot of these foreign manufacturers producing trucks because of that.
Well,
that's like the stupidest.
Yeah, for
that's like
us.
the pettiest thing I ever fucking heard. Well, there's probably something petty.
You haven't begun to see petty.
Yeah, but that's
corporate
petty.
History, corporate history is a mess with pettiness.
It's not really all that petty so much as like the automotive industry has always been one of those industries that dominated government up until its fucking demise in 2006. And even now we still live in the shadow of that, where it's just like we just basically sold them to foreign countries and then, you know, offloaded the fucking work of making our goddamn vehicles, thereby killing the American industry, and then just letting our fucking capitalists become joint masters with foreign masters, as we've been trying to do for a very long time. Sorry, fact bomb.
Sorry, man. I thought it was like it was an interesting fact about U.S. economy going on here.
Yeah, well, it's part of the globalization project. Ultimately, our capitalists have to meld with other capitalists of other nations. Like,
yeah,
that's how that actually functions, and that's what it looks like. And it has to be at the death of the American worker, because we're, you know, theoretically the most powerful country, although that's clearly just waning, right?
Debatable.
Yeah, it's debatable because we can't really do much about Russia except fight a proxy war. If we were the most powerful, we'd handle that Ukrainian shit the old-fashioned way, but we clearly can't. And, you know, it's the Roman problem, really. We're stretched too far that we can't hyper-focus, but...
No, it's dying out. It's dying out at the edges of empire, right?
Yeah, so what we have to do to survive as a capitalist class, at least our capitalists have to do, is they have to merge with capitalist class of other fucking nations as they ascend. You know, and that's why, like, when it comes to, like, Chinese censorship, you know, it's real important we sell products in China to the point where, yeah, like, right-wingers are like, oh, they're obeying Chinese censorship. Yeah, no shit. There's a billion of them. No shit. It's going to be the world's largest economy, like, hands down. It already is the world's largest market. There's a billion people. Who fights them? India? India does not have the wealth that China has. I'm sorry. Like, it just doesn't. So it takes all of Europe, all of North and South America to match the Chinese buying power. It's infinitely easier to just sell to China in terms of both potential consumers and just fucking raw numbers. Plus, the Americas are historically racked with instability. China is historically the most stable fucking country because it's been, if you were to just keep busting out world maps over time, like, there's a fucking pattern.
Yeah, it's right fucking there. It's always been fucking there.
Yeah, one form or another, that son of a bitch is still there. You know, so much the Chinese ascension is even itself is some kind of a fucking, really a racist myth from where I'm sitting. They've just been like, yeah, we'll just wait the rest of you fucks out. Turns out, like, that was a plan. That was a viable plan.
You think he ever transitioned to socialism? Or is he even socialism? It's not, right? Like, that's the thing.
What, was Xi?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a brand. It's a version of socialism. It's not... It has its merits. It's not...
It has its merits.
Yeah, it's not the way I would run it, but, you know, we can get into that later for another episode, but it has its merits and it has its flaws. It's like any other system. You know, I wouldn't summarily fucking say that you hear anarchists scream that, like, they're not even socialists or whatever. Like, no, they are. I mean, like, get over it.
They're trying.
Get over it.
If I were to think about it, like, it's not really that socialism is because you don't really know where it starts, right? It has to go through all the way to lower stage. You know, it has to make that progression from the capitalist class to the worker class, right? Passing down the means of productions, all that shit.
You're talking about a model of society that is like unfamiliar to Westerners. It's a complex thing. China is not like an easy fucking thing to digest.
It's a whole complex country with its own history? What?
Yeah, it's like its own history and its own internal conflicts that are inaccessible to Westerners.
Its own contradictions? No way.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We'll touch on this one another day. We'll fucking examine the various forms of socialism some other time. For tonight, it's 12:01. We killed more or less 2 hours. We did good. We had a good run. Boys. Got our anger out. A little catharsis.
Just a little.
A little bit of a.
Some of us.
Plan. Yeah, well, I was gonna be unbearable. I was gonna be unbearable until I got this out. You know that.
Yeah, and fuck the Democrats and the Republicans for this.
Straight fact.
I thought I made it a little bit more heavy, just saying the U.S. is approximating a Latin American country.
Yeah, it's sobering, and we're gonna try to Wahhabist up all these places. That's the American project now. We just got to export Saudi Arabian culture everywhere. That's the goal. Like Peter Thiel's, he's naked about it. We're gonna keep doing that. That's the goal now, is to bring that home.
Man, these fucking techno vampires with their weird ass ideologies.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Bad boys.
Yeah,
thanks for inviting me on again.
Absolutely.
Oh, thanks for coming. Always a pleasure.
Stay safe. Don't get sick with COVID. I have like 2 coworkers that got sick due to COVID.
We already been there. Not doing that again.
Yeah.
All downhill from here, baby.
Oh, it's gonna be a rough ride downwards.
Looking forward to figuring out what them long-term symptoms are.
Yeah. All right.
The good news is death is certain.
Just like
love you all.
Side. Sorry. Go on, Jink.
No. I'm just making bitter depression humor.
Yeah. Strap in, folks. It's gonna get rough. We love you all. Don't die. Just take the weekend. Monday, bring your A game. We're gonna need you at your A game.
That's Monday.
Don't go into work. Throw tools into the machine.
That's right. Shut
What's
down the
Monday?
means of production.
Do everything you can to sabotage. Wait, we still live, right?
In Minecraft.
What?
In Minecraft.